Y'all, Jaguar Wright has been on an absolute roll lately, spilling tea on some of the biggest names in the industry. We're talking Beyonce, Jay Z, and now she's dragging Ray J into the mix with some seriously heavy allegations about Whitney Houston's death. And let me tell you, Ray J is not having it. So here's the deal. Years after Whitney's passing, Jaguar's out here stirring up drama with her name. Remember when Ray J was getting side-eyed for being around Whitney right before she died? People couldn't stop speculating that he might have had something to do with her getting access to drugs. Well, Jaguar has the rumor mill in overdrive now. Now, I'm not trying to ruin Whitney's memory or anything, but let's be real. Jay Z, wasn't, exactly a saint. She had her issues, just like the rest of us. There were even rumors of her being allegedly involved in some blackmail that went left, leading to her death. Jaguar claimed in an interview that Whitney was planning to reveal some serious secrets about a particular powerful man in the industry in a tell-all book before her death.
Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was beaten. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was up. Her and had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot. And Brandy was the one that found her. But you know, they pledge allegiance to. He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control. Thing with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Davis.
According to Jaguar, Whitney's death wasn't just some tragic accident. She implied that Whitney didn't just pass away peacefully in the bathtub, but may have met a far more sinister fate. Jaguar even claimed that Whitney's body showed injuries, which suggested something deeper and more disturbing. Now, Ray J wasn't just some random guy they roped into this mess. He's been tight with both the music exec in question and Diddy for a minute, even referring to Diddy as his role model. But here's where it gets juicy. The music exec and Diddy have a history that goes way back, and rumor has it that Diddy owed him big time. We're talking massive debt status besties. So why Ray J? Well, it turns out he was Whitney's closest confidant during that time. 5 years after Whitney split from Bobby Brown, she was back in the spotlight, this time with Ray J. Rumors were flying about them being a thing, though neither of them ever confirmed it. But that 17-year age gap had people side-eyeing the whole situation. Whitney was 48 and Ray J was 31, but they were everywhere together, hitting up clubs and fancy dinners like it was just another day. Now, let's rewind a bit and talk about Whitney's marriage to Bobby Brown. It was far from a fairy tale, y'all. In his memoir, Bobby didn't hold back, spilling all the tea on their chaotic relationship. It was a messy whirlwind of constant drama, loud arguments, and that exhausting cycle of breaking up and making up. Their love story was tangled up with substance use, domestic violence, and rumors of infidelity. But here's the kicker. Allegedly, it was Whitney who stepped out first, having an affair with none other than Tupac Shakur. Can you believe it? Bobby was blindsided, especially since he had a close relationship with Tupac and was even in talks to join his label. The betrayal shook him to his core, and for a minute, Bobby almost walked out on Whitney for good. Fast forward to 1996, when Tupac was tragically killed. Whitney was left heartbroken, and Bobby had to watch her mourn a man she once loved. That only made things worse, sending their marriage into a downward spiral of breakups and makeups. Eventually, Bobby reached his breaking point and had to ask himself if all the drama was worth it. When the marriage officially ended, it was with little fanfare. Bobby moved to LA to start fresh with just $1,000 in his pocket. That's when he reconnected with Alicia, his childhood friend who would later become his second wife. Their breakup didn't just end their marriage, it set off a chain reaction that contributed to Bobby Christina's tragic downward spiral.
A little rumor out of the way that I heard. You've been seen around town with Whitney Houston. Now, I know the rumors back in the day that y'all were hanging out. Well, what's the deal right now?
We hang, you know, it's Grammy weekend and she's in town and we had dinner and, you know, she's such an icon. to where it reaches the masses. But you know, we had a good time. We had dinner. That's it.
So platonic, good friend. Hey, there's worse people you can hang with.
Now here's where things take a darker turn. Rumors swirled that Ray J wasn't just Whitney's companion, but may have played a role in her struggle with addiction. Allegedly, he was supplying her with more than just emotional support, possibly feeding her addiction to crack. Despite Whitney denying it in interviews, people in her inner circle, including Ray J himself, reportedly witnessed her downward spiral. Whitney did make attempts at rehab, but it didn't stick. She was open about her rebellious nature, admitting that she enjoyed the party life. However, she always denied being self-destructive, insisting that she wanted to live. Sadly, despite her claims, the battle against addiction was one she ultimately couldn't win.
It was rough. It was rough. I think I kind of reverted back as I got older and said, well, I'm just gonna party, you know? It was kind of a rebel in me, you know?
Whitney dying, crack rehab fails.
First of all, let's get one thing straight. Crack is cheap. I make too much money to ever smoke crack. Let's get that straight, okay? We don't do crack. We don't do that. Crack is whack.
Is it alcohol? Is it marijuana? Is it cocaine? Is it pills?
It has been, at times.
All?
At times.
If you had to name the devil for you, the biggest devil among them?
That would be me. It's my deciding. It's my heart. It's what I want and what I don't want. Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to do. It's my decision. So the biggest devil is me. I'm either my best friend or my worst enemy. And that's how I have to deal with it.
What makes this even more sus is what went down just days before Whitney's death. Reports surfaced about her acting erratically after meeting with the music exec we've been talking about. She had visited him while he was prepping for his annual pre-Grammys party, and although no one knows exactly what happened between them, things took a strange turn afterwards. Media outlets described Whitney as appearing disheveled and disoriented, with what looked like sweat running down her face and blood dripping down her leg. 2 days after this, tragedy struck. Whitney's assistant made the shocking discovery of her lifeless body submerged in the bathtub just moments before she was scheduled to take the stage. Her bodyguard, Ray Watson, swiftly rushed to her aid, but despite frantic attempts to resuscitate her and the arrival of paramedics, Whitney was pronounced dead at 3:55 p.m. According to the coroner's report, Whitney's demise was attributed to accidental drowning, compounded by heart disease and the presence of drugs. However, here's where the details become murky. Despite substances being detected in her system, the coroner claimed that they were insufficient to cause her death. Also, Whitney was still breathing when she submerged, so what transpired in those critical moments? The creepy part about this is that the music exec threw his lavish pre-Grammy dinner in the same hotel where her body was lying lifeless. Even reporters at CBS News found this weird, noting that Houston's body remained in the hotel room hours after emergency responders pronounced her dead, while downstairs, the extravagant party went on as planned. Then, there's this super disturbing report from a private investigator that revealed that Whitney had some defensive wounds on her body. Jaguar Wright has also backed this up, insisting that Whitney didn't die in a bathtub like we were told.
She was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up.
Well, Jaguar's interview recently went viral and people started pointing fingers at Ray J, accusing him of allegedly covering up Whitney's death. Ray J did not take this well and he flipped out on Jaguar, threatening to take legal action.
What you're saying true, because this shit is outrageous. But I came to the conclusion that once I seen the story about me and what you had to say about me and situations in my past, that is where I started to understand that you are totally fabricating stories and you are a complete liar. So that means that I have no respect for you and nothing you're saying. So now I'm gonna go further. How dare you disrespect Jay Z and Beyonce? Jay Z is an OG. Don't ever disrespect Beyonce, because now that you're lying on me, and I know for sure that all you're saying is a lie. Now you wanna Jaguar, you done up. Jaguar Wright, you done up. You don't even fucked up, don't you? You don't even fucked up. You know you done fucked up. Jaguar Wright, Jaguar Wright, you done f***ed up. You done f***ed up. Because now you lying on me. I know a lie when I know I didn't do something, right? You know somebody lying about you when you know the facts. Jaguar, you have lied about the wrong person.
However, fans don't believe him, and they're not holding back in the comments. One fan wrote, "You speak on everything else except what really happened with Whitney Houston. Sit this one out, Ray J, because why they ain't sue her yet? We all know she's not lying, neither is Allie." Another chimed in, "Why are you coming for them and you are going to mess around and incriminate yourself? You are not looking healthy either. I think an investigation needs to be had that focuses on you." So, Bestie Squad, what do you think? Is Ray J really innocent, or do you think Jaguar is telling the truth? This whole situation is messier than a toddler eating spaghetti, and I have a feeling we haven't heard the last of it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy celebrity tea. Until next time, this is Sophie Scoop signing off. Stay fabulous, and remember, the truth always comes out eventually. Goodbye! Goodbye!